What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB postseason recap. Vladdy hit another home run. He said that he was born for this. Josh Naylor hit a home run as well in his own home country. So we have a big Game 6 to recap. And also, Albert Pujols, there's an update on him potentially becoming the next Angels manager. Then again, another team just stepped in, so that might not happen. If you're new here, my name's Fuzzy. We recap every baseball game almost every single day, so if you never want to miss out, leave a like, especially for you guys on TV. Sometimes you forget, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to save yourself 20 bucks off on SeatGeek with code Fuzzy, and I almost did it again. We almost went 6 for 6 again on Underdog. I went 3 for 3 and 5 out of 6. I am on one of the hottest streaks in Underdog history if we're talking about baseball, so do not miss out. You guys have to sign up. I'm going to put my link in the comments down below. Sign up with code Fuzzy. Put in $5. They're going to give you $100 instantly, even if you lose. You also get a free pick for tonight's NFL game. Here we go. Game 6 of the ALCS. We know that the Mariners, they took the first 2 games in Toronto, and the Blue Jays, they answered by taking 2 of 3 in Seattle. So the series is 3-2 Mariners. If they win, they'll get a chance at dethroning the champs, the LA Dodgers. Trey Yesavage's splitter was working wonders early. Josh Naylor, that is what we call a sword. Randy's down as well to begin the second inning. And he just struck out the side, and he did it with a dotted fastball this time. That crazy arm angle has to be just miserable, considering the arm angle allows the fastball and that splitter to come at the highest point possible, so it looks like the same pitch out the hand, but they end up in completely different locations. Varsho, atta baby, he smoked. I'm not saying atta baby because I'm a Blue Jays fan. I just like good baseball. He smokes 97 the other way. That's what you're supposed to do. We have a rare mishap from J-Rod, so Varsho's in there with 2 bases. Ernie Clement, we're calling him Ernie Clemente so far in these playoffs. He put a ball in play. Gino botched it. That is the 4th error already in this championship series by the Mariners, and they're not done yet in this game. Addison Barger, he's back to swinging that toothpick of a bat. He has one of the most aggressive swings I've ever seen, so it's 1-0 for the rookie Trey Yesavage, who kept spamming that splitter. Down goes Canzone. Then he threw a fastball to Leo, who belted it deep, and I mean way deep. J.P. Crawford messed up. He has to be standing on second base as this ball hits the glove or the fence because he can get back. I know that Barger has a cannon, but he can get back. No way he should not be at third right now. J-Rod, he walked, so I guess it didn't really matter. The bases are loaded for Big Dumper. There was a meeting on the mound. I don't know what they were talking about. Sometimes I've heard through the grapevines that it's not even about baseball. Sometimes it's just clearing the mind. But whatever happened, whatever they talked about, Trey got his fastball. Vladdy had a perfect stop and relay. No damage done on the double play. Toronto fans were probably stressing out of their mind, so what a play. Ernie, what a swing. I thought that this ball was gone. It's a stand-up triple. Gilbert, he's kind of been Freddie Peralta-like. I mean, we're talking about Freddie Peralta and Logan Gilbert, some of the best regular season starters of the last half decade, but in the postseason, not so much. Barger, he proved that. He hammered a 2-run Barger bomb to right field. The bases are loaded again against Trey Yesavage. JP, he chased, but he kind of smoked it. We have another double play with the bases juiced. Vladdy, he's fired up. The crowd is fired up. Now we're in the 5th inning. Trey just got his 6th strikeout and another double play to end an inning. So Trey, he went 5 shutty, and now he's up 5. Vladdy's 6th of the playoffs already. He has 9 extra base hits, 12 RBIs, and an almost 470 batting average in 10 games. If anyone wants my lot of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Bowman's best rookie cards, hit my DMs because we might be able to make a deal. Ooh, yeah, that is a mispitch. Trey Yesavage's splitter almost always breaks down, but that splitter just kind of floated, and Josh Naylor hit one to his backyard because we know that he's from Canada. I mean, that ball was absolutely scorched. Trey, I guess, ran out of gas in the mind of the manager of the Blue Jays, so the crowd did not like this at all. They were booing from the heavens. Trey was 1 out away from going 6 innings. They love this kid. He's kind of been their savior down the stretch. Varlin, he allowed an RBI bloop. Louis Varlin has some of the worst luck I've ever seen. He's always brought in tough situations. He either gives up a perfect nuke to just one of the best players in baseball, or that happens to him. It's all good, though, because Cal, he gave a run right back. The 5th error in this series. Vladdy, he is so much fun to watch. He really enjoyed that misplay because he's just kind of crawling home, and he's just enjoying it fully. And Hoffman, Jeff Hoffman that is, he was feeling himself in the final inning. No save, but he did strike out 2. Before we preview Game 7, I do want to show Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s post-game press conference because the camera operator and the director, I mean, they went crazy because they allowed the moment to take over when Vladdy said he was born ready.
For the 2nd time in franchise history, the Blue Jays are going to play Game 7. Are you ready?
Game 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, ask me if I'm ready, I born ready. I born ready, and I want it all for this city.
Who's going to be going for each team for Game 7 later today? We have Shane Bieber versus George Kirby. And last time that we saw George Kirby, he allowed 8 runs because they basically said, hey, we need you to be a sacrificial lamb and eat some innings so we can save our bullpen for the rest of the series. Kirby doesn't really walk anyone. He has a 2.5 walk rate against this current Jays team, but not a lot of strikeouts, and he's also hit pretty hard. Biebs, on the other hand, he was nasty. 8 strikeouts over 6. He only walked 1, but he did allow 2 runs, but that's still a quality start. When these current Mariner hitters put the ball in play against Shane Bieber, I will admit, it's not hit with the best of quality. Sometimes it does leave, but for the most part, on average, he's getting a lot of whiffs, and he's keeping the ball on the ground, and it's not hit very hard. So who do you have winning game number 7? I'm not going to give predictions because I'm not very good at picking team wins, but I'm pretty good at picking individual stats. So with all that being said, who do you have winning game number 7 later tonight? Who will be taking on the Dodgers to try and dethrone them as the defending champs? We are not done talking about baseball, and if you're an Angels fan, I'm so sorry we have to clown on you yet again because I don't really know. Okay, hold on. Let me just talk about it. So a couple weeks ago, it was reported that Albert Pujols was leading the race to become the next manager of the Angels. But the interesting part is Pujols is already employed by the Angels, and I'm not talking about like a deferred contract. He was given a 10-year, $10 million special assistant contract by Moreno, the owner of the Angels, and then he was involved in managerial interviews. So I don't know if that $1 million would have counted towards being a manager or if they would have to pay him twice, once to be a special assistant, or they could maybe they have a convertible note. I have no idea how this stuff works. I dropped out of college. I was a biology student. I don't know what I'm talking about, but convertible notes are a thing, right? But now Pujols isn't even being targeted by the Angels. He's being targeted by the Orioles to replace Brandon Hyde. So the Angels owe him $7 million more over the next 7 years. What if they have to pay him to be a special assistant, but he's now the manager of the Orioles? Maybe they can void that contract altogether. Being an Angels fan just does not, it doesn't even seem like real life sometimes. This is just one of those moments where it's like, yeah, it's the Angels. It makes sense. You're paying Pujols to go manage for another team, or he's already being paid to be a special assistant, and now he's not in the managerial conversations anymore. I just don't get the Angels. I'm just saying, if you're a relative of Artie Moreno and you just happen to watch these recaps, tell Grampy to sell the team. Thanks. Before we end today's recap, I just wanted to send some condolences to the family and friends of Jesus Montero. And crazy enough, Jesus Montero, looking back at my high school days, he was one of the first super prospects I really paid attention to that wasn't Bryce Harper or someone on my team, the Indians at the time. I really wanted to watch Montero's debut because he was so highly touted. He was a top 10 prospect for years and years. He was a monster when he first debuted. He hit .330 with 8 extra base hits with 12 RBIs his first 18 games. He was so sought after that he was sent to the Mariners in exchange for Michael Pineda after Pineda had a crazy good rookie season. So that's how sought after Jesus Montero was. And then Pineda had a stint with the Yankees that lasted a while. But again, I wanted to send some condolences because he was one of those first baseball players that made me really dig into prospects and stats of players really not on my team. So my heart goes out to his family. He was awesome to watch. Also, this isn't MLB related at all, but the same thing kind of happened with Doug Martin. He was a football player. He recently passed away as well. He was one of those athletes that, again, got me into the stats world and the fantasy world. I once traded 1,600 Microsoft points for Doug Martin in a fantasy league I had back in high school. Like, these two guys, Montero and Martin, were big parts in me paying attention to other players not on my own teams and kind of building a stat obsession. So again, my heart goes out to Doug Martin, Jesus Montero. I know this was kind of random, but I'd be remiss if I did not talk about it because they were kind of pillars in my journey to enjoying stats and wanted to talk about it. So again, condolences and rest in peace. And there we have it, another recap in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek, Underdog, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Who do you have winning Game 7?